Hey, what's up guys, TheCampingRusher here. Welcome back everybody to another Fortnite video. If you wanna, you can touch that like button right now. Helps me out a lot. Helps the video do all right. Make sure you subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. There's a lot of news today, including a lot of talk about the build update or the building nerf, and there's a lot that they're planning to do that we're going to dive into as they released an official statement a couple hours ago. But first, here's your item shop. A lot of good stuff. The big one I'm going to talk about here is the Psycho Bandit package, 2,000 V-Bucks for all of that, right? The pet, the glider, the pickaxe, and then the cool looking skin. You can either buy it for 2,000, or if you're a fan of the Borderlands series, Borderlands 3 is on the Epic Games Store. You can pre-order that. If you're planning to get the game anyways, then you get this entire skin package for free in Fortnite. And while you're pre-ordering it, make sure to use supporter creator code TheCampingRusher. I will be honest, here is a post. The revenue share on Borderlands 3 has been increased from 5 to 20% starting now until the 12th. So basically, if you use my supporter creator code on Borderlands 3, I get a lot more money. That's why I'm promoting it. But honestly, I gotta be honest with you. I'm promoting it, but it is a good deal. Whether you use my supporter creator code or not, you can get that thing for free if you're planning to get the game anyways. All right, let's move into next week's Rift Zone. Is the Cube Island, right? Kevin the Cube is back. We saw that from the loading screen. Make sure you check out my previous two videos if you missed anything. We go over all of the initial findings, changes from 10.2. So now we have in-game video footage of what this new POI is going to look like next week. A tour of the island on top, if you will. Here's a quick clip. So a combination of the motel, some random buildings. Keep in mind it will not be in the volcano. That's just where he placed it into the map to give the tour. From the loading screen we showed last video, it seems that this is going to spawn or appear on top of Fatal Fields or somewhere in that area. I don't know. Excited to see how this one works. What's the mechanic going to be this time with the new Pandora spot? Who's landed there? Have you enjoyed it? I've seen one dude was able to fly through. He was going to Paradise. He flew through the zone, right? He's in the air, jumped from the bus. He gained 100 shield while he was just in the air flying, and then he landed at Paradise safely with 200 before he even landed. So it seems like a cool spot. I don't know. I like that they're switching it up. HypeX. Voting. During this special event, you'll get one vote every day. Use it to vote for the item you want to return to the shop. When the special event ends, the community choice winner will return to the item shop. You cannot undo votes, so make sure you choose carefully when voting. So we don't know when this is coming out, but I assume it is. It's happening soon. This is well, it's pretty obvious. It's voting for an item to return to the shop. So it looks like it's going to be an event. So this is not going to happen all the time. They might, run it at different times infrequently. And then whatever it is, every week, every month, we get to vote for one of our favorite items to return. I don't know if it's going to be all options or they'll give us a set of options, but it seems like they're getting closer and closer to this thing going live. So I'll keep you updated. All right, let's jump into the big stuff, right? The big controversy. And that starts with yesterday's video, the all changes video. The big one that everyone's talking about is a massive nerf to building. It's actually a revert. In season 4, it was actually switched to what it used to be. It's not anymore, but now it was switched back to season 4. So basically what this change is turbo building in between builds. It now takes 0.15 seconds to place rather than 0.05. All right, it's still 0.05 to place your first build, but then it's when you hold down turbo build, it's going to be 0.15 in between each one. This causes a lot of issues. The main one being people can't really 90. People can't build as quick as they used to. If you've tried it, you'll know what I'm talking about. The builds aren't going to place as smoothly as they used to, so you kind of have to you have to slow down while you're doing these big builds. It's causing a lot of issues for people who've developed this muscle memory for a super fast their super fast build techniques, right? So a lot of people complaining. I'm going to use just Ninja, right? The face of Fortnite here. Fortnite nerfs mechs to where they need to be. 3 days later, they nerf building and make mechs just as OP as before. Great logic. First off, the mechs are not even as close to as OP as before. I would not worry about that change. That mech buff or revert, that little thing they did with the explosion radius, I would not. Mechs are still in a fine spot, in my opinion. And I did not like these things, right? So I'd ignore that, but I think you might have just misread the patch notes there. But the building thing is a big deal. And now, what were they thinking? Why did they do this? Why did they randomly just start, ticking everybody off? Well, they made a blog post about it with a lot of information, so let me tell you about it. What changed in 10.2? We returned the time between subsequent turbo build placements from 0.05 to 0.15. That was the value used up to 4.3. Like I said, it was reverted back to how it used to work. Why did they change turbo build? We did so as a first step addressing several problems. Rapid turbo building favors players with low ping in disproportionate ways. Taking walls, racing with another player to place a wall before them, and turtling, continually rebuilding a wall that is taking damage. Turtling disproportionately favors defender. Holding mouse button versus squad shooting at one by one, right? You can usually hold yourself there for a pretty long time if you have good ping. Building piece placement accuracy. Easy to accidentally place multiple pieces at once. And then spam building. Easy to spam build. We want building to be a bit more deliberate. So those are the reasons. That's what they're trying to address, these 4 things. And they make sense. Let's read a bit more before we dive into it. What we do not want to dramatically impact are these things. How responsive building feels, the ability to perform 90s, and the ability to waterfall. That's where you build wall pieces as support while you're falling down, right? Again, I haven't actually had a chance to try and play this today, other than a quick team rumble, which you're seeing. So I haven't been able to waterfall. So I hope that still works. It's got to, and they aren't trying to dramatically, right? It is going to impact it, right? That's what that says to me, but not a crazy amount, which I think is a good thing, right? That's what people don't want to change. Next steps. We're working to implement the following further changes, and we'll update you on social channels once they're live. First, replace initial building and turbo building delay with rate of fire logic. First placement is instantaneous. No way to build faster than a building piece every 0.15 seconds. By itself, this does not address defensive agency of turtling and the low ping benefit. Enforce rate of fire for contested pieces. If a building piece is destroyed, server waits 0.15 seconds before allowing the rebuild. Players attempting to rebuild the destroyed piece during that 0.15 seconds are added to a list. There are several potential ways to pick the winner we are exploring. This is big. Coin flip between people not currently owning the building piece. Coin flip between everyone trying to build. And favor person currently owning building piece. And then finally add end of delay, place building piece. So those 3 things, and I might as well finish off this thought, ensures that building piece replacement, taking walls, is not ping sensitive, right? That's their goal. And for a 50 ping player, this is a good sign, right? This makes me happy, and it probably should make a lot of you happy as well. Ensures a minimum time between a wall being destroyed and replaced. So let's look back at these the 3 options. So there's a coin. It's going to be a new system. So the one I like, right, the favor person currently owning the building piece is one option. So but it seems like they're trying to get away from that. So I could see them not going with that option just based on their explanation. However, a coin flip between people not currently owning the building piece and coin flip between everyone trying to build are 2 great options. I like the one between everyone trying to build. Although it may feel like that sometimes, like that's how it already works, it does not work like that. That's why all the pros, all the great players are moving to locations where they get lower ping, because it switches the advantage towards them even more, right? The odds of them taking the wall from the other player is completely ping sensitive, okay? And if you can take a wall from another player, you have a massive advantage, especially in competitive, because all the fights are about box fighting, right? So if it was a coin flip instead, no matter if you had 50 ping or 20 ping, 10 ping, whatever it is, then it's 50-50. That guy's not going to be able to steal your wall right away just because he lives closer to the servers that you're playing on. Again, if you see there are some changes that I do, like there's some negative consequence here. the muscle memory, like I said earlier. But all in all, they are the reasoning for doing this makes a lot of sense to me. And again, if you have high ping, it should make sense to you too, because this is like ping is just, it's so much based on ping success in this game, especially in the competitive scene, right? And it's just a bit demotivating when like me, you don't live that close to the servers, you're getting 50 ping and you still want to compete and do well. So we'll see where this goes. I'm sure we'll get another update soon, and I'll let you know. So that took a little bit, so let's blast through these last few things. First, from Fire Monkey, the Season 10 bundle is called the Dark Legends bundle. There's going to be a Dark Wild Card, Red Knight, and a Dark Jonesy, Dark Shield, Dark Axe, and there's some skin descriptions there as well. So this is coming. We don't know what these look like. I'm sure we'll get some leaks here in the next week of what these skins look like, and I'll update you and let you know right away once we do. The final thing here we have not discussed is another potential collaboration between It Chapter 2 and Fortnite. Basically, these Illinois Quest sound files were added, and I'll show you. They're probably a little creepy. I think I think this is a horror film. I don't watch horror films, right? So I haven't went anywhere near this thing. But here's like 10 seconds of sounds, and if you've watched this movie, apparently there's some relation. Just some creepy laughs, man. But HypeX also tweeted this. First, Pennywise sound files, now a file called Creepy Balloon. It is 100% a crossover. So if you're a fan of the series, if not, this usually just means free items or cool cosmetics that come out, and some entertaining things for us players to do. But another collaboration is in the works. We don't know when it's coming. I'll let you know when we do. That's all I got for you today, ladies and gentlemen. If you enjoyed, touch that like button for me. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And code TheCampingRusher in item shop. Take care. Talk soon. Goodbye.